I found out a terrible thing about myself. Bradley and I had been together almost 3 years. We weren't exactly trying, but he'd always said he wanted kids someday. Lately though, he'd been weird, working late, acting cagey with money. Still, I thought maybe this would bring us closer. Took the test on my lunch break in the office bathroom. 2-line, positive. I left work early, excited and nervous to tell him. Thursdays he worked from home, so I figured I'd surprise him. Our apartment complex has this layout where you can see straight into the living room from the lot. As I walked up, I saw him on the couch, laptop open. Just as I was about to call out, I saw who he was FaceTiming. It was Tracy, his ex, the crazy manipulative one he swore he hadn't talked to in years. She was laughing, hair tied up like she'd just rolled out of bed. I didn't go in, walked back to my car, called him, told him I was coming home early. He said he was on a work call. I circled the block, parked, and crept back under our window like a goddamn spy. And then I heard everything. Bradley was telling her I was pressuring him about marriage. False, we hadn't mentioned it in months. That I was stupid and desperate, and how he was just using her for money until you take me back. They laughed. My mouth went dry. I stood there in the heat, 6 weeks pregnant, listening to this guy I'd supported for a year, ever since he lost his job and started freelancing. Trash me like I was some joke. I'd been paying rent, groceries, his car, even a trip to see his parents. He kept going, said he was almost ready to move back to her city. She asked if I had any idea. He laughed. She thinks I'm broke. I drove around for a while, fighting the urge to throw up or scream. Eventually I went home, acted normal, kissed him, asked about his day. He lied about the work call. I didn't mention the pregnancy. Next morning I checked our finances. I'd spent over $45,000 that year keeping us afloat. He hadn't put in a dime. Then I checked his phone while he showered. Hundreds of messages with Tracy, plans, flights. He was funneling money to her, my money. He had a secret savings account with $30,000 in it. He'd been mocking me to her, saying I was boring in bed, sending her gifts, designer stuff, on my credit cards. There were intimate photos. He'd been planning his exit for months. I didn't say a word, because if I told him, he'd either run back to her with everything he stole, or stay and milk me for 18 more years. So I made a plan. That weekend, I opened a new bank account, moved my direct deposit, changed every password, set alerts on every account, started collecting receipts, screenshots, recordings. I even fake showered while secretly recording their calls. Meanwhile, I was skipping Starbucks to save money while he was buying her Tiffany's, and he didn't even know about the baby. I called Freya, my oldest friend, told her I might need a place. Spare room's yours, she said without a pause. Then my brother Sam, asked him to help move some boxes into storage. He didn't question it. Bradley asked if I was okay. I blamed work and cramps. He lost interest instantly. Friday night, I told him I was going out, parked in the garage instead and watched our security cam. He forgot we even had it. 20 minutes after I left, he was FaceTiming Tracy again. Said he just had to hold out until my bonus came through. They laughed about how dumb I was. Said he'd get me to buy him a new laptop before ditching me. That was it. I called a lawyer the next morning. Her name was Angelina. She didn't blink. Said I had a strong case, fraud, misrepresentation. That with what I had, I could press charges and limit his access to the baby. I didn't legally have to tell him anything. That afternoon, Sam came over. We moved boxes into storage. Really, I was getting everything out. Family heirlooms, documents, anything valuable. Bradley didn't notice, just kept scrolling his phone. Sunday, I met with my bank manager, showed them everything, flagged my accounts, disputed charges. By the time I got home, he was still in bed. That night, I peeked at his phone one last time. Tracy was planning flights. They were waiting on my bonus. She'll never see it coming, she'd written. He was asleep beside me, smiling, and I was smiling too. Click the full story to see what happened next.